Have you ever wondered what the developers of NitroType and NitroMath think about their own game? What do they think about the future of the game? Or what about the loot items in it? That's why today I interviewed Adrian Crook to find out his thoughts behind NitroType and NitroMath. To start off my interview, I had to ask Adrian the most important questions everyone wants to know. Favorite car? He said it's the Mach 10 Maverick, which I totally agree with that. A great car. Whoever created that car, honestly, a genius. Favorite travel trailer. Not my personal favorite, but it is a good option. Favorite sticker, No Name Gander. That one is a unique one that, I actually kind of forget about sometimes. But yeah, it's Adrian's favorite. His favorite name tag, Kittens and Yarn. Now, I did kind of joke with him that that's because it's admin exclusive, but a Kitten and Yarn is his favorite, I guess. I asked his average and highest typing speeds. 85 is his average, with 114 as his highest record. How long has he worked for teaching.com? Since May of 2020, which it feels like he's worked with them for so much longer. What is his role? He's actually the product manager for both NitroType and NitroMath. I asked him if there was one thing that you could add to the game, but it required no work, what would it be and why? He told me 10 plus racer races, which I think would be awesome, and then tournaments. Now, he didn't say why, but obviously, 10 plus racer races make sense, like classrooms, stuff like that. But what do you mean by tournaments? Like, if you could just elaborate on that, that'd be great. Then I asked him, what really inspired you to follow the career you did? He said he grew up designing board games, which is pretty cool, and playing computer games, of course. The opportunity came up to test or QA video games at EA Sports when he was 19 years old. He took it. About a year later, he got into production on a game called Reboot, a children's CG animated show for the original PlayStation. Unfortunately, it did bomb, but then he came up with the idea for a snowmobile racing game. He designed that, and a team of artists and programmers worked on it and built it, and it came out a year later, sold over 1 million units on the original PlayStation. After that, he spent his first 5 years of his career at EA Sports, and then he went on to do other stuff. So I asked him, of course, what is the vision for the Nitro games? What is the purpose of them? What does the future look like? He said it's to get fast at core skills and to make it fun to practice. Well, obviously, based on that answer, I said, could we possibly see more Nitro branches? Maybe a Nitro Science one day. He said it's definitely possible that we might take the core Nitro vision of getting fast at core skills and apply it to other areas, ... What does that mean? I don't know, but I don't think any of that will be happening soon. Of course, they have to refine the 2 games they have already first. Of course, I asked him, I said, how do you decide season themes and, the ideas and the loot and stuff that go into the seasons? He said it's often, whoever has good ideas, whether that be him or Austin or Travis, or whatever. It's less important the themes than what goes into them. But he does love the Nitro Arcade and the Nitro TV themes. They were fun. He would love more like that. Me personally, I think a book theme would be pretty cool, but I don't know how many Nitro players actually know much about popular book series and stuff. I asked him about my idea for Nitro Space Race. He said it's a good idea for sure. Maybe we need to get that on the list. So we'll see if that happens. That'd be cool in my opinion. I also asked him about the 12 Days of Nitro event. He said that, yeah, anything could work, of course, but December is very, very busy, and then it's kind of dead for just the 2 weeks everyone has off for Christmas break. So it's kind of tough to justify building a custom event sort of for when half the community's not even active. Now, I also followed that up with, does Nitro ever plan on doing a version 4 update? We obviously have V1, 2, and 3, but the question is what could we get for a V4? He said they wouldn't rule it out, but they're in a good place right now from a tech perspective, so it'd have to be for a good reason. Now, I asked, what could it focus on? He said, not sure, maybe mobile support. And me personally, I've been saying we need push notifications for so long, just give me a notification when the shop resets so I can check that, easy peasy. It'd be even cooler if it said, new shop items that you don't own have just released. That'd be even awesomer. I don't even think that's a word, but whatever. Now I asked, could we see more gold exclusive features released in the future? He said probably, which good to hear as a gold member. I asked him, what branch of teaching.com is your favorite? Of course, we have NitroType, reading.com, flashcard.com, even typing.com. He said he started, helping out here and there with typing.com, mostly on how teachers use the product. He's really enjoying that there's a lot of room for improvement. It's the same with how teachers use NitroType, so they go together. Personally, I think the NitroType teacher portal is terrible right now. Hopefully they'll get that updated soon, we'll see. So I also asked what determines the length of a season and of course the amount of tiers. Right now we're averaging about 22 tiers per season with about a 2.5 to 3 month season time frame. He said they spent a lot of time examining the stats on how people play through the seasons, and they found that giving people enough time to collect the tiers generally requires longer seasons. Apparently not everyone finishes the season in a week. I asked him how many seasons ahead are planned. He said right now they just have one more planned, but they need to create more seasons starting with next year's back to school. So that'll be fun. Hopefully we'll see that soon. I do have some ideas for that, but I'm hush hush about those right now. I asked him how close to the release of a season are the loot items created? Because of course, obviously we get new loot items, but how long ago were those actually made? He said Hugo, who was the guy who works on the designs and stuff, creates most of his stuff, the cars, name tags, nitros, trails, well in advance, like months. On the other hand, Adrian creates his stuff, at the last second. Now I asked him what is his favorite aspect of the Nitro games. He actually said it's the community aspect. He loves racing with everyone. Even today, when I did the interview, when they launched Spring Sprint, it was fun seeing everyone in there as soon as they dropped it and they were getting some races in. I asked him about the plan for the Nitro YouTube channel. He says that we do such a good job covering Nitro, me and other Nitro YouTubers, that he doesn't know how they could top it. So nothing right now, until I think of a good reason to use it again. I also followed that up with, why did they stop posting? He said they kind of created it to see how it would work. They wouldn't rule out using it again, but maybe striking a balance between posts for players and posts for teachers who want/need to see the game in action or have aspects of it explained. I think that'd be really awesome if we could actually have a Nitro official version of explaining what a feature is like, what the purpose of the feature is, to players and to teachers, so they can both understand it. I also asked, why is the updates page not always updated when a new feature released? He says just forgetfulness on their part. Apparently it's not automated. Obviously I knew that, but whatever. Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all want to know this. Why is the Thwompus not in the game? He said it's on their list, no matter how long that list may be, because it must be really long. They've thought about it for a while now, how to incorporate it, but of course Hugo, the design guy, is working. He's been dying to give it the okay to work on. Maybe the Thwompus would appear after hours and weekends, ? So we'll see. I still, me personally, I think Nitro Math is the perfect place to implement the Thwompus. But at the same time, there's no bots in Nitro Math yet, so that would have to be done first. I also asked, why is there not a gold member shop? Adrian said that they've thought about it, and obviously you'll notice that there are gold-locked items in Retro Rewind. He says that doesn't think there's much upside to a full-on gold shop right now, as they're trying to balance delivering features for everyone versus just for gold players. So yes, the admins actually do care about balancing the features. They're not just focusing on gold players. So I also asked a question that the community was asking a lot. I've never wondered this, but the community wanted to know, why can you only send Nitro type cash and not titles, cars, loot, etc.? Well, he said, think about the issues here. What happens if you lose your account and the person who stole it sends all the stuff to their own account, right? Obviously, that'd be terrible. So if there was that ability, it would just increase the amount of people trying to steal accounts, which obviously would be a problem. Now, I asked another question. I said, why can you only have one Nitro per race? Because used to you could have 3, now you can only have 1. This was before he worked at Nitro Type, so he didn't have much experience, but he said that they changed it. Honestly, he doesn't think they need more than 1. I mean, I think 1's pretty good. He said it works well and is fair, and it makes people think about the best place to use it. And I kind of agree with that. I think it's pretty awesome that you have 1, and you have to decide when you want to use it. Now, they did take away practice races, and I asked why. He said, can't speak to it, obviously, as it predates him, but he thinks casual mode works pretty well to chill with friends. I asked another question that I've had, an idea I've had for a while now. Could doubling the max amount of friends for gold be a feasible feature? He said they've thought about it, so maybe we will get that soon, who knows. I also asked him, why did you decide to follow the career you did? What inspired you to actually pursue that path? He said just dumb luck. That opportunity at EA when he was 19, I guess, really just started everything rolling, and now he's here working at Nitro Type making great content. Any last remarks I asked? He said that they love our dedicated fans, and it's great to hear and see feedback on the game. Very appreciated. Also, cats are better than dogs. Are you okay? Has VL hacked you? Unacceptable, honestly. That kind of explains the kittens and yarn name tag thing, whatever. Anyway, so that is my interview with Adrian. It was really awesome, and again, thanks so much to Adrian for giving me the opportunity to interview him. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, if this video gets enough comments, likes, views, subscribes, all that stuff, maybe I can do one with Austin or Travis. We'll see. We'll see what the future's looking like. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you in my next video.